A mournful chill hath settled upon the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The Supreme Collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, hath failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the Collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, hath been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanton, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the 3 Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Avalon and Camelot convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Ninteliad. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the Castellan of Castlemac in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle, are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fae-folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerland. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Summerland Enchantment, year 497, part 2. We left right after a giant lion assaulted the group, and that's about as far as we got. On the road to Chewton Manor. But let's meet our players real quick, and then we can dive in. I'm going to start with Rebecca.
Hi, my name is Rebecca and I play Owen, a half-fae lady of Barrowcrest Manor.
And Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily and I play Beatrice, the spellcaster who's generally displeased.
That's fair. All right, and that brings us to Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian, the Fae Knight. Approaching now is with Barrowcrest.
Barrowcrest. All right.
And who are you?
Let us continue. So we're gonna go back to the map here real quick, which I don't think I ever pulled you off. So last episode, y'all traveled from home to Chewton. Not a very far trip. Should have been really, really straightforward. Really shouldn't have gone wrong. Damn roads and wild lions that exist in this era for some reason.
Yeah. Totally natural occurrences.
Absolutely. Right, hold on, I'm going to do some minor adjustments here on the camera. Right, we're good. All right, so you arrive in Chewton. I'll get some general awareness rolls. I will allow you, Rebecca, if you want to do distaff, you may.
Oh, lovely. It's a success. 11 of 15.
Success.
Perfect. All right, we got you all. Look at that. I think immediately you all notice how perfectly kept Chewton is. It looks like a golf course. Perfectly, cut grass, green as can be, lush, and just everything that Barrowcrest doesn't have, really, when it comes to...
How dare you?
Yeah. That sort of... It's like that neighbor that has way too much time on their hands and manicures everything. Yeah. So that's what you're dealing with right now. It's so noticeable it draws all three of your attention at the same time. You're like, oh.
Oh, goodness. Careful not to touch the blades of grass with your feet.
Now, Chewton itself doesn't look much bigger. Sorry, isn't bigger than Barrowcrest. It's actually smaller than Barrowcrest. It's not a fortified manor. I mean, you guys aren't either, but it's especially not it's like a starter manor. It doesn't have much in the way of add-ons, so to speak. They haven't enhanced it too much over the generations. You notice as you ride towards the stables that you are far from alone. It looks like there are at least a couple of dozen guests, given the number of horses as you ride in. Anything you all want to do? If not, I can kind of move towards the welcoming and such.
Nothing in particular. Maybe a ill-advised recognized roll to see if I recognize anybody. Or any of the heraldry.
That would be heraldry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both very bad. Heraldry is quite a lot worse. Yep. I don't
Okay.
recognize anything.
Yeah. Probably more that you just
But a
don't
crit.
care to look to recognize anything, right?
Very cursory, like.
Am I right to assume they show no signs of like the present? So we're talking like everything's kind of been thrown into chaos and everyone's been like randomly attacked and like it's been kind of a mess. But these guys show zero signs of like
It does
any
not
of
look
that.
like they've been raided.
Okay. All right.
Suspicious.
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
doesn't mean that they haven't. That just means that maybe they try real hard to keep up appearances.
Yeah, not sus at all. Nothing sus about this.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna say anything.
Okay. Just move forward with entering then? Is that kind of the goal? Alrighty. One sec. As you make your way in, you see one of the guests, or sorry, not one of the guests. You see one of the servants approach you. It is a younger girl. She makes her way to Owen, Beatrice, and Elian and says, "Might I ask where you are from?"
We've arrived from Barrowcrest Manor.
Oh, excellent. Lady Arian would like to welcome you. And
How messed up do I look right now?
oh, that's a good. How much did you try to cover it up? How important was it to not look like you just got mangled by a wild animal on the road?
Probably not on her list of things to do. I think she probably was in shock, and then she's just like, let's just keep going. Maybe just dusted off.
How wounded are you right now? What are your wounds?
Super duper. I've got 16 of 27.
Did anyone first aid you last session?
Yeah, I think that's how I got
Elliot
these back. 'Cause I was at
I could
3.
healing spell you prior to this. To be real, I'm not sure how helpful that would be.
Yeah, we can step back a little bit because I jumped forward. Is there anything?
That's fine.
Let me look at my healing versus my first aid, and I'll tell you which one
I
can
don't
help
want you to
with.
fall
Healing.
asleep.
That's valid. I can first aid you.
Yeah, let's do some first aid.
It's not super high, so we're just gonna hope.
I believe in you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Elian is also kind of worse for wear, but she's kind of like, yeah, I'm a knight. That's kind of expected.
Yeah, Elian got attacked too, didn't? Wow, that thing was a monster.
Yeah, I'm a 12 out of
I
28.
first aid 2 people.
I think you did,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I already did.
So now I'm at
too.
12. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm at 12 of 28.
You both are pretty rough there.
You do have some tears in your dress, Lady Olwen. Do you want to do anything about that?
No. If the servant will bring it up, I might say something. I think she's
The
just
cloak? Something?
it's not really a thing that
maybe-
Olwen thinks about, you know?
Maybe you have a riding cloak, so as you're going, let's give this person a name. Hold on. Oh my god, what is that?
Mercedes?
Mercedes? It's like Mercedes.
Like,
That is a name.
Mercedes? Yeah.
Mercedes. So, Mercedes, she
For a
says
second
something-
there, I thought you said my last name. Doesn't sound so silver.
Don't dox yourself, Nicole.
There's a lot of them. By which you mean there's a lot of us, specifically.
Yeah. So she's like, "Can I take your cloak?"
I'd like to keep it on, please. If that's
Oh.
all the same. Unless.
I'm gonna give her an awareness test to see if she notices your wounds. Oh, apparently she does. She says, "Oh my, what happened, Lady Olwen? Are you okay?" She's like starts kind of grabbing to check, like grabbing at the cloak.
Yes. Well,
Ellie would like to
quite a
insert
story.
herself so she's not touched.
Oh, okay. So like, you
No, it's fine. She can. Just a bit of lion business on the road. You know,
lion
nothing
business.
to worry about. Yes, quite a anomaly, really. Unheard of. Freak occurrence. Wrong place at the wrong time. What?
Well, this won't do. Tell you what. I will clear out my quarters for now, and you can use them to freshen up.
Oh, I wouldn't want to indispose you.
Oh, it's no bother, really. I'm not using them anyways right now.
Thank you for your kindness. Morchades, was it?
Indeed.
I'll be sure to pass on word of your hospitality to your lord or lady. Lady Rian, right?
Indeed. And you honor me. Thank you.
Well, of course, one kindness deserves another.
Right? She will take you to her servant quarters, which are not pretty, but they're well kept.
Oh. Servant quarters, and yeah.
I'll try and help. It's technically my job. I'll try and help Olwen look prettier.
Now, there's a question here, and that question is Olwen going to use a needle? Or the needle?
Oh, do I still have the needle? Sure, yeah.
It was your gift.
Yeah. Sure.
I have questions out of character.
No. Okay. I need a glamour test. This would have been... This is retroactive. In the future, you'll have to remember to re-enchant this thing.
Got you.
Going forward.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
That is a success.
And distaff. Isn't distaff covers... Or is this fashion?
Yes, it's
fashion?
industry and it does not cover fashion, but her fashion is not great. But I think industry is sewing and such.
Yeah, that works. That works fine then, actually, because it's the act of sewing, not your ability to choose something in a store. Oh, solid.
Either way, it is a failure.
The distaff is. So basically, when the glamour wears off, your sewing job is awful. But for now, it looks wonderful to everyone's eyes. Beatrice, if you want to do the sight to look past that, you can.
You know what? Why not? Yeah. I like to believe that while this is going on, Beatrice is like brushing out Olwen's hair, but like in the most like discompassionate. You know, like when your mom brushes your hair too hard as a child? Yes. That's exactly what's happening right now, where she's like, ow, ow. And I'm like, stop moving. Like, immediately.
You're going to brush out all the curls.
So her sewing job is terrible, is what I see.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, meanwhile, Elian sees that Olwen's in pain and is just like, I'm so glad I chopped my hair off.
Right? Okay. After a short bit of time, Olwen looks at, like, absolutely beyond, like, even her own appearance in this moment. It's not so much her appearance has changed. It's that it's like having fashion at 2 kind of thing. It's like it actually temporarily would boost your appearance by 2. What is your app right now?
28.
30 right now. Yeah.
Woo! Suck it, you green.
So, I think Beatrice isn't the first time you saw this in character, right?
It's not. She's seen Olwen do this before.
Okay.
Slight bit of
Can I
pride.
test versus my Fae passion? See if Ellie at all cares.
Yeah, I think, well, you're not impassioning yourself. I think by default, you aren't very moved to things, but you can always test something to see if you are moved by something. It's a question of, are you? I guess you... Have we ever made you make that test? The chase test against Olwen?
No, but that does sound fitting.
Yeah. All right, let's see it. Technically a superpower she has.
Oh. Come on.
So she succeeded with both. Oh, the lustful was, I think, better.
Yeah. Typically, so succeeding at the chase roll is more to test, like, how in control of yourself you are. It doesn't take away that. If you want to opt to have, like, an amour for Olwen, you can, and we can roll that as a passion. You have to, of course, like, I think to even get this passion... Why don't we do this just out of curiosity? Let's start with the 3d6 roll. Okay, 11. Now,
11.
Now, roll a d20 just against that 11 and see if you get under it. Okay. Now immediately roll your roll your Fae passion.
Oh boy.
I think we all know my Fae passion's going to win because I have a 20.
Yeah.
But it could crit.
Good. Hang on.
Watch it roll the 1. Okay, so
it's an 11.
I think there's a point where, you know, you definitely recognize the beauty of Olwen. You've seen it before, but this is probably the first time where she wasn't, like, on the verge of stark raving mad when you saw her. So
there's glamour.
Vulnerability to her.
Yeah.
You know, she's just...
The glamour rings out, and for a moment you consider, like, an amour for Olwen, but then you remember how bland this world is, and you long for what you had.
Mood.
And that slips away. Fae passion is a mixed blessing, and by that, mostly not a blessing at all. So, but it can come in handy. And we'll have to see.
Very handy.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
See where that goes, you know? After a bit of time, you pass by an older gentleman. He has a azure or blue shield with 3 wyvern on it, and he nods to the three of you as you kind of make your way towards the banquet. You must be Lady Olwen.
I must be. And do I have the pleasure of learning your name?
I'm Sir Risland.
Bob said that right into the microphone. It is good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well. And you, Sir Knight?
Sir Allian, at your service.
Then he looks.
My handmaiden.
He gives a nod to Elian. He looks to Beatrice. I will take a intrigue roll from anyone who wants to.
It's my favorite roll.
Let's fucking go. Success, 13 of 16.
I succeeded somehow.
Hey, look at that. Wow. I think all three of you see him look at Beatrice, and he gives her a very like strange look and tilts his head to the side and just gives like a knowing nod, and then looks back to Olwen and says,
Emily, it's your father.
Hello?
Stop it. Do I know
No.
what he knows, or it's just a knowing look and I don't entirely know what he's getting
exactly.
at?
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's like you wouldn't even have
alright.
noticed the long pause having any meaning if you failed the intrigue roll, but with this success, it's like he knows something.
She looks at him confused. Like visibly so.
My niece is ready to see you whenever you're all ready. Some of the guests have already entered. Feel free. And you can hear the music like down the hall. It sounds like they've, for such a small place, it sounds like they've even got like, music playing. And they've really done it a good job here. Done it justice, is what I mean to say.
It sounds like it's starting, so yes, we hate to keep her waiting any longer. And Owen will curtsy and make her way inside. Not sure if he's escorting, but
Yeah, I think he will he'll escort in as well. He looked like he was gonna stand behind, but then he decided to turn around and enter back into the hall alongside the three of you. All right. Let's head over to banquet mode.
banquet mode. Banquet mode.
Okay. And I forgot to pull. Let's see if I did a smart thing and attach
Hello?
things to stuff. Nope, sure didn't. Awesome. Let's try the other ones. Nope. Okay. Give me a sec. I have to get your tokens have not been updated to your sheets, which means if you pull them out of your sheets, nothing happens. Let me just fix that real quick. That's fixed. Now, Elian. And so in the future, we can drag them right out of the sheet. But
Delightful.
for now, we will take appearance rolls from the three of you as we enter a 2-round feast.
And did you say I had a plus 2 for
Yeah.
my
Yep.
incredible.
Please spare me.
You
Oh,
called
no,
it. You called it. Oof.
Why is it always me?
It's okay. I crit.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better.
Oh, did I use my reroll for this?
You want to? You can.
I mean,
This feels
you
It's
can,
not
you
a, it's
can,
not a
It looks
reroll.
like
It'll
it
move you.
says you have to
hang on.
reroll.
You still get to roll it one more time, so you
Yeah.
still have the chance to be
Do that first.
near or below the salt. You're
Okay, never
not automatically on the floor.
Okay. Well, I've been on the floor before. I can do it again.
Right.
I
but,
started from the bottom. I'll stay there for. Oh
the
my
way
God.
it works
I
is you
literally
roll-
right before
on the
it was
floor,
like,
now
what
I'm
if I
below the salt,
fumble?
baby.
Oh my God.
But yeah, now you do roll it one more time.
I roll it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
To confirm
Now?
Because
where
if you
you
fumble, there's a problem with the seating chart. Roll up again. This time treating a fumble as a simple failure and take the seat one position further down from the spot.
So basically, you fail again, so you will be on the floor unless you turn that to. If you want to use your one, you can. You don't have
It
to.
seems so stupid
You don't
to
have
use
to.
my one right now, so I'm not gonna do it. But
It is up to you, my friend.
It's okay. I started here. I can live here. Oh, I can't get geniality. Doesn't that mean I can't get geniality?
Pretty much.
You get a negative to geniality, so you can get some, but
Do I have negatives
so-
to everything?
You get a -1 per round.
That's not terrible. I can live with that.
Okay.
I'll stay on the floor.
All right. On the floor it is. I guess what happens is they didn't account for the handmaiden. The handmaiden ends up alongside the squires and such. It is a smaller place. And you watch Olwen, though, being seated above the salt, right at the head table, of course. And
ooh.
meat with mustard, boiled bitter, and glazed eggs. All right. How lovely. Your host, she runs around with sort of like she's got like orangey blonde hair. She looks like she's somewhere between a noble and also a Dane in Dogged and Catadwigan are here too. Just to note
Correct,
that.
yes.
Lady Rian looks like she's probably 18 or 19. She would pass for kind of an either or, like kind of like a Dane. Like it doesn't look particularly fit for highborn society.
Mhm.
Her hands look like they're strong, like she's often using them, as opposed to getting servants to do all her bidding. So, she is likely involved in, well, industry, which is not something she would necessarily have to do in her station. So, at least not enough to set her up that way. But with that, we'll go to Olwen for round 1.
Well, I think I would like to do that thing what I said I would do and go up to Lady Rianne and tell about how good a job Mercedes did.
Okay. I'm gonna pull. It was Dogged, Cadigan, and Lady Dane, right?
Dane.
Jamila?
Yes.
Perfect. And then I just want to check. What do you guys do with Morgan?
I wanted to say, did we take her with us? I thought we did. Or was I wrong?
I believe we
Oh.
did. Yeah, Morgan came with us.
Oh, my apprentice has to see me saddle. I was cool, guys.
She's sat on the floor
She's
too.
probably gonna. I was
The
gonna
question
say, would
is
she be
Cadwigan on the
following?
floor after all his antics? Given his new reputation.
Uh,
I think we managed
He's
to
still a
like,
knight.
yeah,
That's
we
the
managed to
thing,
like
so.
show a lot of the rumors outside of Barrowcrest.
No one seems to have believed us very well.
it's a scandal for sure, but also they're not going to piss off the, like, that would be a slight against Olwen too. So I don't think they're going to necessarily
Say
do
anything.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
Here, I'll throw Morgan in this mix.
Unless she was trying to hide, but I don't.
She is, but she'll be on the floor. She's another handmaiden, probably at this point.
Yeah.
So. She looks very unamused as she looks around.
She's probably never been on the floor before.
Yeah, that's true. Beatrice will just lean over and say, "You get used to it."
I see. All right. Never was much for these feasts, you know?
Yeah, neither am I. But they happen whether we want them to or not, so.
All right, we're going to zoom back into Olwen now that we've established who's actually here. Olwen, you make your way to... I wouldn't even say you have to make your way to Lady Rian, because Lady Rian is at the head
turn.
seat. Yeah. And Sir Risland is sitting there as well, like at the high table. As is
Lady-
this gentleman.
Oh. Yeah. Interesting. I think I know who that is. Leave that for Beatrice. So yes, she'll turn to Lady Rian and say, Lady Rian, I must thank you again for the invitation. Your place is absolutely lovely. And can I just say, your staff is very kind and accommodating as well. Lord Shady's helped tend to some wounds that I got along the way, and
You
quite
met
kind.
Mercedes.
Yes.
She smiles. I'm so glad. Did she wrong you?
Oh, absolutely not. Quite the opposite.
Okay,
She was. Is she known for that sort of thing?
No, not on purpose.
Ah. And Owen will chuckle and look down to Beatrice. I think I know the type.
She smiles. Was your journey okay? I heard you might have run into some trouble.
I did, but we came out only slightly worse for wear, and we managed to make it relatively on time. So, all's well that ends well, right?
She smiles. Right.
Was
She looks really nervous.
yes. Owen will tilt her head, be like, "Is everything all right?"
Oh, everything's fine. Yeah. This is
Are you
just
all right,
another
I think
day in a manor shooting.
here's my round roll. Good old intrigue. And it's a success.
What are
Darling.
you looking for exactly?
Just I'm going to just look to see if she's maybe, nervous or self-conscious, or just figure out what that hesitation is in her voice. She'll just kind of look around and lean in conspiratorially and like put her hand on her hand, just be like, "Darling, you can tell me, lady to lady, is everything all right? Are you in over your head? Trust me, I know quite a bit about not being muted."
She says, a bit, yes. I just really want today to go well. I've put a lot of work into it, and
Well, it shows.
thank you.
And if you need any help, feel free to ask. No one should have to go it alone.
What size is Olwen? I remember.
I think she's like 10.
Okay. You notice, like, you haven't really seen Rian. Rian's been seated. It's kind of you entered, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as she moves about, you realize, like, when you're in reasonable position to her, she's even smaller than you. She's like size 7.
I think Olwen will just smile. You can count on me. Well, today I'll be your big sister.
She screws up her face at that a little bit.
Or little sister, if you want to be the one more in charge, of course.
Right. You'll have to introduce me to your knights at some point.
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to. Come to me whenever you'd like, and I'll take you down. They're lovely.
Excellent. All right, we will.
Did I get anything from that intrigue roll?
I think we chose to play it out. I think
Okay.
you sense true sincerity in like what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you kind of roll with it from there, if that makes sense. So, okay.
No, that is absolutely perfect.
Okay. Elian, it is your turn.
Who's seated around me?
Near the salt, you'd probably have Idane and Dogged. This gentleman here. This gentleman here. And yeah, that's kind of it. There are others that are off this, but as far as the those present, that's
with proximity.
Well, those with tokens is all I'm saying. So if you chose to like draw a card, who knows who else might be here, kind of thing, right? Like this group of tokens represents maybe 20 more people that are kicking around, including a number of servants, squires, handmaidens, ladies, and knights.
I think she's been a bit hurt. Oh. We lost Emily.
we are back, folks. Sorry, just had a minor hiccup with the cameras.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. So that takes us to Elian. What was the last thing you had inquired about, Nicole?
I was about to her. I think she's kind of suspicious of troublemaking knights now, so she's gonna do a quick look-see to see if she recognizes anyone from the Maleri incident.
All right. One sec. My announcements aren't working anymore. It's weird. To fix that. Recognize. Ooh. No bueno.
Yeah, no way. Yep. So she's like, this all looks cool. I don't see any problems here.
Do you want to just leave that for your round? Or...
Jill, see if one of these strangers she doesn't know will talk to her, introduce herself.
Okay, pick one at random. Let me know who you want to approach.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you... Okay, that one. Okay.
Is it Dylan?
It's
No.
not. You're gonna have to wait and find out.
I'm gonna put in my prediction for which one Dylan is.
I want to talk to
I-
Dylan.
I think it's this one.
So you approach this guy. He's not far away from you. He looks over. As you approach, you notice he's not terribly big in stature. Definitely has like more of a noble vibe to him, though, right? Sir Knight?
Greetings. I'm Sir Elian of Manor Barrowcrest.
You sound like you have a bit of an accent. Are you from Summerland?
I am originally from Avalon.
Good call. Good pick, by the way. You got that. I was about to give it to you.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's Wales.
All the way in Cambria. How goes things with the Irish? I hear they're raiding once again.
I haven't heard news from them of late. So I am naturally concerned for my
Yeah, hey,
countrymen.
is this the first time that you've heard this news about, like, out of character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of character. Yeah, in character, she hasn't heard about this at all.
Indeed. They say that last year, the king from Estragales decided to war against any who did not pay the tribute that was previously owed. And I believe that includes Avalon. But I digress. My name is Amathan of Compton Martin. You notice he did
Say
not.
anything to her?
He didn't say sir.
Ah, so he's not a knight.
Right.
Man.
Oh, would it be rude to ask what position he's in?
Not really. No. Why don't we give you a courtesy test for the round? It'll be your
Ooh.
yeah. It'll be your action for the round. Okay. Yeah. So you find a very graceful way to inquire. He says, yes, I imagine for many, especially outside of places like Summerland, it might be a bit confusing. You see, we hold a great and wild land. There are many manors and few knights. I myself am an esquire. I was the third eldest at the time that I chose. I was third eldest at the time that this path was chosen for me. Now I am eldest after a number of wars. And so,
My condolences.
yes. Oh, well and good. To be true, my brothers were bastards, both of them. And I don't mean that
She was
in
gonna laugh at that.
the illegitimate way. I mean that they were awful people, awful knights.
Then good riddance, I suppose.
He smiles. Death to those who deserve it. He raises his glass to you.
She'll do it back.
Okay. And then he sips from the wine. So I'll give you this.
She's probably having ale. I don't think she's a wine girl.
Makes sense. All right, and that will net you your 2 geniality. Actually, Owen should get 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and then we go to the wonderful place that all lowborn end up at some point, and that's on the floor.
It's me. I want to spy on someone. Shocker.
No.
Because being on the
I
floor means that I don't get particularly noticed that much, which is actually quite nice. I would like to kind of try and disappear into the servants because I can, and
Right.
try and creep on this dude.
Okay.
The dude that looked at me knowingly, and I don't know the answer yet.
Okay. Perfect.
And as I'm leaving my spot, I'm going to tell Morgan to stay there.
She looks bored and
Nice.
shrugs.
Oh.
I've got big kid adventures that I need to go on. I don't want her to give me away. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and like wallflower it close enough that I can kind of observe from afar.
Okay. I think what you
She probably doesn't want to advertise that she's here, does she? She's
No,
more or less in hiding.
but she's still
still.
not entertained, I think, from Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to keep, she's definitely dressed down, doesn't have anything that on her lapel. Like, there's nothing to represent who she is in any way, shape, or form. Other than she's just naturally a bit more regal, no matter how much she tries not to, because she was raised that way.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly get rid of it. Let's do an intrigue roll for Beatrice first and foremost, because you got to go from the floor all the way up to the high seat.
Oh,
And
no.
I imagine you might be doing that by checking in on Olwen. but it's a matter of, I think, of how, or just purely wallflowering. But either or, I think it's a matter of, are you noticed? You know.
Yeah, I might notice me
Yeah.
during my trek over there.
Oh, don't mind me.
Uh,
I'm just up here getting Olwen some things she needs for this.
Yep,
Really, and otherwise I
exactly.
wouldn't be here, and I won't be here soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
please, dice gods. Do I get a -1 to this?
No.
No. Okay. Please, dice gods, don't do to me what you did to me with appearance. Thank you.
It did not. And
It
please,
didn't.
please remember, folks, if I'm giving you the action, that means if you succeed, you ticket. So, intrigue, courtesy,
Even at
intrigue.
15. Okay.
Yeah, if it's your feast action, it counts.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna wallflower it closer.
He seems to be discussing something, and it sounds like a matter of small talk with this one. They seem to be gossiping about a Spriggan named Dijej. Apparently, this Spriggan is rumored to have taken a Salisbury stronghold, and they both kind of find it amusing because it's a stronghold that was, or the stronghold was built on contested lands that Summerland owned not all that long ago. So they're kind of like joking about it, but all the while they're talking, you notice the old man's kind of looking up to Lady Rian as Lady Rian talks with Olwen. And
Can I tell what emotion that is? Like nervousness? Is it general
like
protectiveness?
you know when someone is looking over something where they want something to succeed, it has that vibe to it.
Okay, so what are the odds of me being able, from this distance, to kind of size up Lady Rian? Or do I have to shuffle closer?
You would probably have to turn that into another action, but I'll give you just a general. What is the key thing that you're looking for from a distance? Like, what are you?
She's suspicious of her. The fact that guy keeps looking back and forth, making her.
You notice
suspicious.
Rian looks nervous too as she talks to Olwen.
I don't like it. Okay.
Fair?
Yeah. I want to do more things, but I need to wait for next turn. So.
Understood. What do you roll? 7? Let's see.
7.
This won't
counteract
a fumble,
and I'll take it.
This won't counteract your success, but let's see if the old man notices you after a while.
Yeah.
Nope, sure doesn't.
Nope, so. Not a clue.
It's all
he is not very aware. No. He's not very perceptive.
Or no, that would have
shadow.
Yeah. He is nearsighted in his old age, so.
Oh, come on, Bob. You could have just said I was good at it.
You are in the shadows like Batman, hanging upside down, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Against the wall. Jaina, shuffle against the wall.
Okay, so I got some good news and bad news. Some good news, you gain 1 geniality. And bad news is you lose 1 geniality. So you
lose it.
Net 0.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. I don't have anything. Do I? Hold on. Let me just see if any of these people would call out anything in particular with a lot of You all notice this gentleman here seems to be kind of looking between Olwen and Beatrice a bit too.
Yeah.
There's a look of kind of.
You noticed Beatrice doing her ninja thing?
Yep, sure does. Little look of recognition.
Yeah. Becca recognizes that heraldry.
Olwen doesn't though.
Owen absolutely
Owen has no clue.
Owen does not know heraldry.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty. But
Okay, so we will roll into round 2 with Olwen. Back to Olwen.
well, I think Owen has sort of put herself in a position of helping the host. So I think she's gonna try and do that whole temperate thing where she tries to help make other people enjoy things. Unless that would be discourteous.
No, never. That's never. That's why it's a temperate check. Absolutely not discourteous to do. Yeah.
All right. She's not good at it though, but got some geniality.
That's right. It's one of the only, because it's a specific feast action, it's one of the few things that you can actually, one of the few traits that you can add geniality to.
Nice. So.
And when you're doing the
Please.
indulge action, you can also do the same thing with indulge. Okay.
Nice.
So success is good. It means that you're doing a good job at what you seek out to do. Not so much that it draws. If there was some fancy king or something, they might not be like, "Oh wow, that was amazing! Look at what you're doing." But in general, I think you come off as like super courteous and generous, and you're looking after the place.
She like tries to draw attention to like how good the food is. Like, oh, have you tried this? It's so scrumptious. Yeah.
All right. I think that would bring you into a bit of an encounter with this person who's at the high table as well. As they're all like, "Oh, thank you," and he says, "Thank you, Lady Olwen. Yes, your beauty precedes you."
Oh, goodness. You're far too kind.
Sounds very dry when he says it. You know what I mean? It sounds like a very like.
It's the expected thing to say. Yeah. I think that's kind of.
I would say it's abnormal for Olwen, though, probably to get the dry response when she's talking to someone who's not a fairy or a half god or something like that. You know, like
A pleb. Yeah, I think she'll just kind of go with the same measured response, like, "Oh yes, you're far too kind to say so."
Forgive me. My name is Sir Edenwain.
I was incorrect. Sir
I am
Edenwain.
indeed. I'm just on the south side of the pond, not far from your lands. In Blackton Manor.
Blackton Manor. Have I heard of that? Just kind of fishing for a story.
Yeah.
I heard of that recently.
Have you now?
Possibly. Where have I, though?
Well, I was honored in the Battle of Summerland.
Oh, I see. You were one of the ones who fought alongside us.
Indeed. I unhorsed one of the Muddy Lord's chief soldiers.
Wow. So brave.
It's all in a day's work. He says,
Of course. I hope you get nothing but more grand adventures and more victories under your belt as time goes on. She'll nod and smile.
okay. And slide off in the background.
Mhm.
And
We'll help the next person.
I think like the whole time you're doing that, the one thing you notice is that like Lady Raiden's like, no, please enjoy yourself, Owen. Yeah. Like it's like stressing her out. She's not being rude, but she's just like very stressed that you're not having fun, you know?
It's like, darling, this is lovely for me. I enjoy this sort of thing. And I said I would help you. And helping people brings me pleasure.
Right.
But if you wish for me to not, I shall return to my seat and do as you wish.
Oh no, I didn't mean anything by it. Thank you.
Of course.
And to Elian we go for round 2.
Yeah.
So I feel like the conversation with I just will let's see his name again.
Amethyst?
Amathon?
Yeah,
Amethyst?
yeah.
Yeah, Amethyst. I feel like that's because I feel like we've probably moved on to other small talk with people.
Yeah, just kind of move on to the next. Did you want to mingle with someone specifically, or did you want to just draw a card and kind of see if you stumble into some kind of event or something like that?
Yeah, let's draw a card because she doesn't really have any plans.
What is your glory now?
Hang on.
Please tell me we did it. Give you at least a temporary glory. We really need to give you your history, but we'll do that between.
Yeah, I have
session.
1798.
Okay, so you're still at 1. So go ahead and draw 1 card.
I'm gonna have to be reminded how to draw a card.
Okay.
There's
no
a little
worries.
deck.
Yeah, there's a little deck over here. At least that's where it is for me. And then you can pull a card. You just drag and drop it out to the screen. If that doesn't work, let me know and I can drag for you.
Did you pick one? This one?
No. I'm trying to find it.
It's down here for me, at least. It looks
It's
like
on the very, very right, and
right.
it'll be like a little thing that says feast deck. It's like the sepia kind of.
It has a chalice
pop
on
up.
it.
If you hover over it, it'll say feast deck, removed, draw.
I found it.
Okay.
It says personal valet.
Oh!
valet.
Okay, I'm going to pull this over to the here. There we go. We'll resize it. Oh! Who would say this? There's a knight specifically. Ain't a lot left, are there? Let me see what else I got. One sec.
Florence pops by and
What is Alien's salary?
exposure.
Probably 1
You can
Libram.
just put it in the type. 1 Libram.
Yeah.
She's considering if this valet would be a good fit does Olwen have? I assume she has handmaids who fill that role.
I mean, getting a valet isn't a bad idea.
Especially after what happened like 6 months ago.
Yeah, and maybe that's like the topic. Maybe he's like, I happen to hear that Lady Olwen ran into some trouble on the road.
Yeah.
And well, sewing.
How could you tell? And she gestures to herself, and she's cleaned herself up, so she's not bloody. But I think it's still
Right.
pretty clear she's injured.
Yeah, and the knight's like, exactly. I've been meaning to. Well, it looks like Lady Olwen has certainly. Does Lady Olwen have a valet of her own? He says.
She has handmaidens, but they're not quite as specialized.
Well, to be true, my lands have come upon hard times recently, and I can't seem to afford the young boy. He's quite skilled, and should you hire him, well, you would be doing me a great service, as well as him.
I very much appreciate the recommendation. I shall seek him out after the feast, most likely. After I speak with Lady Olwen. We will most likely be quite welcome in the Veracrest Manor.
I would hope so. He's a good lad. I see a bright future for the young common boy. He has an eye for feasts. We'll say that came from Amethyst just because it's easiest, probably.
Well, I look forward to meeting him.
I will send word.
What is the name of this? Is he a lord or a knight? What is he? An esquire? No, not the valet. The guy who's recommending the valet.
We'll say it's Amethyst again.
Okay.
Yeah. He's an esquire.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to make a note of him as
Amethyst looks like a guy who would have an esquire, or looks like a guy who would have a valet in that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's well dressed, well to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's another good resume.
Awesome. And you get 2 geniality for that.
Hell yeah.
All right. We go back to the floor where there's one particular Beatrice.
I love the sea of geniality above me, and then just me. So with the amount of suspicious that Beatrice is as a person, so she's like back here somewhere, yeah.
That's where you ended, yep.
Okay, so I think she's getting, because I have lack of a better describing term, bad vibes. She's suspicious, so she's going to go closest knight that we have. So it's gonna be Cadogan. She's going to skirt around the backs of their like chairs.
Yep.
And as she passes him, she's going to lean down and say,
before you lean down, he says, "What is it?"
I forgot his intrigue was so high. Cadogan knew I did that entire thing. Something suspicious, and I don't like it.
Seems to be some sort of agenda here.
Yeah, there's definitely something up. What's his name? Riesland. Sir Riesland is she stutters like that too, like I just did.
Yeah.
He keeps looking at the lady. The lady looks nervous as all get out. There's something going on. I don't know what it is, but just making everyone aware that there's something up. Keep eyes on Olwen, please.
I will do.
I'm gonna melt back into the shadows, and if I can, in the same turn, I would like to try and make it to Togekiss. Just like circling the
Just
room.
to share the same thing. I'll give it to you at the end
Yeah.
of the round, kind of thing. We can do it like at the end of the feast round.
Yeah. So she's like awkwardly like behind the chairs, going to each one and being like, "Something's up."
We're doing pretty good with time. I will go to 3 rounds for this.
Yeah.
I think they prepared it enough, so give y'all one more round.
Exciting. Wonderful.
I need to test this guy. One second. As you go to leave Carrigan, this guy says, Beatrice, correct?
Do I recognize this man?
No. There's some features that look like slightly familiar to you, but you just can't place it. Yeah. Certainly never met him.
Sir?
Indeed, yeah. Sir Dylan. Sir Dylan of West Harptree. You know my sister Leary, I believe.
Leary! God, that took me an unfortunate amount of time. I'm sorry, it's been so long since we've played, it feels like, but it hasn't.
Yeah.
Lady Leary is the little sweet girl that I met when we were still trying to court people.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Okay.
At the festival
110%.
originally.
Yep. Oh, how is Leary?
Leary is good.
That was a pause.
Well,
Sir Dalen, what is happening exactly?
she's not her recent marriage. It's brought her to closer to the Saxon shore, closer to London. There's a lot of conflict out there, and her last letter to me suggested that she wished she was back in Summerland. Not because the marriage isn't working out, it's because London smells like shit.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'd hoped she'd be happy. At least the marriage isn't an unhappy one.
Indeed. Sounds like her husband treats her well, and if he doesn't, he'll have to answer to my blade.
You are a good brother.
I hope to be. Leary is one of a kind.
She is.
Just never tell her I said that. It's important that I... Yeah.
Absolutely. I will be sworn to secrecy forever. I'm glad she's doing well.
She is indeed. And yourself?
Um,
You look rather... concerned.
I'm usually in some state of concern at any given point of the day. Just trying to keep on my toes, I suppose.
It's understandable. Well, if you see any trouble,
Do you know
Please do
these
let me
people?
know. Well, they're neighbors. Not really, no.
Have you known them long?
No, I can't say that I do. Or would.
But you've heard their names before.
Most of them. Not that one, but these ones, yes.
Which one is he referring to as that one?
One sec.
Okay. I don't know who that one is either. Oh no, that's Rebecca pinging it. Never mind.
No, that was right.
That was right.
confused.
Okay. So the one on the end of the left-hand table?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I don't know him either, so I don't know anyone, frankly. But I'm sorry that Leary isn't doing well in London. I hope her husband makes it easier to manage. Glad you're doing well.
How is the repairs going? I heard you got assistance from Glastonbury.
Yes. We've repaired quite a bit, actually. We're working towards getting everything fully done and back to what it was.
I'm glad to hear it. Beatrice, you are a handmaiden of Lady Owen, yes?
Yes.
Let me see. I'm going to test one thing to see what he does here.
She knew there was a point to this conversation.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah.
very much like, get to the point.
He's
please."
like, does she have any suitors at the moment? He himself, you can tell he's like probably 21. Like, he's not, yeah.
Baby.
He's a little younger than me. Immediate deadpan. The short answer is no. The longer answer is I'm not entirely sure if she's accepting suitors. You
Very
will
good.
only know if you try. But
Oh, it
I'm
actually wasn't for me. For a cousin.
who is your cousin?
He motions over. One sec.
I think I know who it is.
He motions over on the screen. You see someone walking about. They're actually closer. Like, you recognize this person, I think. Give me a +5.
You recognize?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like a whopping 6. No, slightly higher. We're getting better there. I still failed.
The person, you see what looks like definitely the soldier type. Like, he's a bit more, like fit and buff, but there's not any sign of not any sign of coat of arms or on his lapel.
And
Looks
his
to be
name?
in more simple clothing. You recognize him though, but you just can't figure out where you've seen this guy before.
She asked for his name in the hopes that jogs something.
His name is Arthur. You see, he kind of moves about with like a confidence and almost like a playfulness as he moves about the room. He's like flirting and schmoozing and drinking. He doesn't, yeah, he's just doing all that stuff.
tell your cousin that he would have to ask that of Lady Olwen himself.
He winces. I wouldn't trust him to do so.
Why wouldn't you trust him to do so?
Well, he's not very good at these courtly things. He himself was. He's lowborn, but he swore that Lady Olwen would find him interesting. He says that he saved her once.
I'm glad Rebecca knows, but I don't.
That fits the recognizable.
It really does. I'm so confused.
I think I was just thinking about him too.
So, Olwen isn't one who's going to hold it against him if he's not the best at courtly things.
Fair. It's just, I don't want him to embarrass me.
I don't think she'll hold it against you either. To be fair, she's not really someone who's going to take it poorly. If you would like to, you could go with him and do the talking. But I could tell her that someone asked after her, but
Give me
I don't know the
a quick
answer.
awareness test, Emily. Okay.
Hey, I keep getting ones.
You see a familiar face enter. He seems to be
Child,
standing there
why?
awkwardly at the door. By the way, this picture isn't slightly accurate. He has those like single strands of dark hair
He
in
has
form of a mustache.
He's very excited about it.
His facial hair just keeps getting more and more awkward.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, she'll say that whole statement to Dylan. And then just like wave to Grifflet. And if she gets his attention, she's just gonna go like general gesture of like, why are you here? Why?
Are you close enough to ask, or you're just doing like the why gesture? Kind of
I assume I'm close enough to ask because I'm pretty close to the door, but she's gonna lean and look at him and go, why?
Yeah. I'm How are you?
I'm doing okay, Grifflet. How are you?
Good. I'm just looking for someone.
Who?
You know where Sir Elian is?
Sir Elian is, and I'm gonna gesture up the line there to the at the salt people.
Oh, thank you.
She's up there. You're just delivering messages?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Good job. Go home when you're done, please.
Oh my god.
What?
I have been getting the weirdest feeling from being here, like something's wrong and everything's kind of confusing, and I just would rather you be somewhere you're safe.
I'm an esquire. I'm trained in the sword.
Grifflet, I know. I'm so aware. It would make me feel better.
All right. Well, what about yourselves? I suppose you've got Cadrigan and Dogged.
Yeah.
Cadrigan's not going to murder anyone here, is he? Is that what you're trying to get me?
Didn't murder anyone, and he's not going to murder anyone.
I know, but
here.
hypothetically, if he did, say, kill the old Lord of Barrowcrest.
He didn't, but okay.
Okay.
She's just stonewalling this
Yeah.
poor child.
Anyways, I should.
Oh my god.
I should go. Actually,
Yeah.
Elian looks busy. I'll wait a minute.
Okay, you can wait by me. I'm just making my way that direction anyway, so you can walk with me.
Oh, good. I'll walk with you.
All right, Sir Dylan, meet her when you can meet her with both of you together, and you can do the talking. But I would highly suggest bringing it to her because I cannot. I don't know the answer.
Well,
if he knows her, I
I'll
would
let him know.
introduce.
You know, I can
Or-
probably wait till another feast, though. I don't know our host that well, and I'd rather not embarrass anyone.
I'm a little worried for what he's like, Sir Dylan. I will mention to her his name and tell him to come to Barracrust at some point and ask for me, and I will try and walk him through this the best that I can.
All right.
All right, and then I quickly get out of there with her flick. Small talk is Beatrice's personal hell.
Plus 1 geniality, minus 1 geniality.
Minus 1 geniality.
And that brings us around 3, folks.
Woo.
Olwyn, it is your go.
Owen. That's me. Owen, I think, would like to chat with this kid down here that nobody's talked to.
Okay. You're gonna go down near the salts. Below the salt, really? Is where he's at, probably? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. He looks at you and there's like a look like like when someone meets like a superstar a little bit. He's like, "Oh, Lady Olwyn. So good to see you. We've met."
We have.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. I meet so many people at feasts. Remind me your name again?
Rearit. I'm your neighbor.
Rearit. Ah,
You would have had to pass by my lands to get here.
of course. Do you have a lion?
Sorry? Lion.
The answer's no. Perfect. Wonderful.
Like on my crest? No, it's there's no ordinaries. Or
I see. No matter. Tell me about your lands then.
well, I'm all that remains of my family. My cousins once held the place, and I was recalled from the monastery in Glastonbury when they all perished during the Battle of Summerland.
Oh,
But I hope to do very good things with their lands in their name, of course.
of course. So you were a monk, then?
I was.
Interesting. I know one of the monks that served in Glastonbury. Actually, quite a close friend of mine. Did you happen to know Rickard while you were there?
I'll give him this. Apparently, he knows him rather well. This is Rickard. Yes, he came to us in quite some trouble, but him and I, we got along just well. I'd even call him a friend. How is he in Glastonbury?
Well,
Do you visit
he's
there
no
often?
longer. Well, I don't need to actually. I had him come to Summerland. We decided to have a temple in our area.
You're building in
And-
Barrowcrest?
Yeah, it was. Honestly, I don't remember whose idea it was, but I figured
I didn't know
Why
you were
not?
British Christian. Oh.
I'm not even in the slightest, a little bit. But I
Oh, I see.
also, but I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with it. And, I'm curious about all sorts of things. And,
Well, it was
if
good of
people
you.
want to be.
It was good of you to invite them in. The Abbot Bishop it spoke many times about how all these troubles with the Unseelie wouldn't be so troublesome if if more of the faith was adopted in Summerland. But I mean that is no slight, only simply.
Oh, no, of
Hopefully,
course.
you see some benefit from such a endeavor.
I mean, I think that there's only good things can come from having multiple options to look at and knowing all sorts of different philosophies. And I'm of the mindset that it's better to know things than not know things. So. It's better to not live in ignorance of other philosophies and such. And people want to celebrate these ideologies, they should have the ability to. You're muted.
At that point, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
And she'll look.
Okay, and we're going to move to the next person. Elian. Elian, what do you want to do? Like, I think Griffith's going to find you, but you don't have to waste your action having that happen. I think you can be interrupted if you want to do something else.
I don't have anything in particular she wants to do, so I think the conversation with Griffith would be.
Why don't you pull a card for fun? Let's see what happens. Some of the cards are alright.
I was going to say she might want to get drunk, but knowing.
Hey!
You can do that if you want. It's an indulgent roll.
No, she's wounded. She's wounded, so she's gonna hold off.
Okay.
But
right, let's pull a card and see what happens. Unless you really don't want to, I won't force you into the card.
No, let's pull a card. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, go for it.
Nothing bad could possibly happen.
Never.
Yeah, of course not.
Nothing ever bad happens with cards.
Nothing bad happens to
the best weapon. Oh, this one's always fun. All right. There's several knights are arguing about their favorite weapon. You choose a weapon skill of your choice. Success. You give the impression that you know what you're talking about, and you get +1 geniality, and you check the skill. Critical success. The knights are impressed and want to learn more via sparring with you tomorrow, plus 2 geniality. So, given the topic's the best weapon, what do you want to discuss?
It's gonna have to be either sword or Kimeric spear.
Good choices.
Good choices. Which do you want?
Choices. Sword low, spear high.
All right, go ahead and give it a roll. Let's see what happens.
Spear.
All right, now you test spear, and we see what you score.
Oh, I add my geniality to that.
Yeah, you would in this case.
I'm at 4, right?
Yeah, it's a weird one to do it, but I'll allow it, given it's more of the talking and less the. Good thing you did, because that would have been a failure.
I succeeded.
Yeah. All right. So a number of the knights and your audience seem impressed with what you have to say here. And that nets you 3 more geniality. Pretty good if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked over and saw you can barely see Elwyn's token underneath all the geniality.
Yeah.
Covered in it.
That's how you want it to be.
What's that like?
Yeah, right?
Oh no, Beatrice.
Okay, at that point, I think as Elian kind of finishes that conversation, it's like a high point, right? Because you come off knowing what you're talking about, you feel good about that, you know, a good solid social interaction. For half a second, you feel at home, and then you turn and look at Grifflet, and Grifflet's standing there, sort of a sympathetic smile.
Does she notice? Or is she still like, go flick, we're having fun. Here's something to eat and have a drink.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
are
think
you old enough to drink? Of course you're old enough to drink. It's the medieval ages.
Yeah. He would have a drink with you. I think awkwardly as you like tow him around. And we put that on pause for the end of the feast here. So we'll cut over. At that point, he's just like walking with you. We'll cut over to Beatrice for the final action.
Beatrice is swiftly escaping her hell of small talk, and is going to make her way to Dogged.
All right. You make your way to Dogged.
She's just going to lean like over the same thing she did with Cadogan. Except Cadogan knew she was coming, so this might be a little creepy. She just
Yeah, Dogged's
leans
like
next
more
to
caught off
Javier.
guard. Like he's probably leaning in and talking to a Dane.
Surprise!
And then he turns around and sees you and you're like right here. He's like, oh, sorry, Beatrice.
Why are you so weird?
Something's up. So something's going on. There's some sort of ulterior motive we don't entirely know. But something's up with the lady and the people here.
Look at these people. Most of them can't even fight. Beatrice, listen, I don't say this lightly. Know that I wouldn't say this lightly, but have you tried just having a good time rather than being so worried about everything? You can tell Dogged's like a little,
Favorite.
like his cheeks are a little red. Like he's definitely had a
He's
couple of
been
drinks.
drinking.
Yeah.
I like to imagine a Dane's behind him looking mortified
Yeah.
at that conversation because Dane and I are friends.
Yeah.
Uh,
She probably like pinches his back. He's like, oh.
Dogged. I'm usually worried for a very good reason. I don't want to be right, but I usually am. And to be fair, Cadwigan also picked up on it, so I'm not the only one here that thinks that something's going on here.
He looks so like, oh man. He's like,
So
You are, of course, the two most suspicious people on the planet.
we are, yeah, me and Cadwigan together are like the most suspicious people. All I'm asking you to do is keep an eye on your lady and your wife and be
Understood.
ready to handle what may come. So I mean this in the nicest way possible. Please sober up real quick.
Right. Right. He slides his drink forward.
Yeah.
Just in case. Where is
Alright.
Lady Olwen? And then he kind of cuts over. You can give me a intrigue probably again.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
For your action for the round. Because if you fail it, then you get a -1 geniality for the whole piece.
Can I
Yikes.
end at -1? Is that a
It can turn into
possibility?
-9
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Thanks,
You don't.
Oh, thank
You end at 0.
goodness.
Yeah.
I'm a sneaky person. Let's go.
Okay, so you kind of turn, you're like, he's like, where is Olwen? And at that point, you see I'm gonna have to resize this, so I apologize. You see a figure tap her on the back. She's turned to face him, so you're kind of seeing this in real time.
Oh, a redhead?
Yeah, we did describe him as such in the original interaction.
Hmm.
Involving 1 AP gaming reel as well.
That's what I thought. Yep. You're so.
Lady
There was this
Olwen,
man who. Oh. I recognize
let's see if you
him.
recognize him. I'll give you a plus
Yeah. Hey. Plus geniality?
then. No.
That's fair.
That's all you needed. What would it have been?
I
That would have been
do.
a 4.
It would have been a. It would have been a 4.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you can tick that anyways.
Nice.
We close the feast out and get into the aftermath. Do you care to dance? He offers his hand.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you remember me?
You helped throw people off of our trail, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Mhm.
You were
I'm very
escorting
appreciative
someone important.
of-
Who was that, anyways?
It was. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. They.
Ah, fair enough.
Suffice to say,
He-
the past caught up with them.
He kind of like he's pretty good at dancing too, so like it's one of those things, he'll like twirl you like right as it starts to get sad, so he like keeps it in a a good natured vibe.
hmm
He says, I hear you've become acquainted with my cousin, Leary.
Oh, Leary! Yes,
Yes.
I adore her. How
She
is
is
she?
wonderful.
Oh, she is.
Great, I hear. Yeah, in London. Yeah.
Oh, good. And she's happy.
With her marriage, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. She was so looking forward to getting married. She and Beatrice were certainly excited looking for suitors.
Oh, the young angry one.
Yes, you've met.
No, I just remember her with you.
Indeed. Yes. Hmm.
So she's
No,
found marriage as well.
Beatrice? No. Not quite yet.
Well, I wish her the best.
Hmm,
And
so do
yourself?
I. Well, it's just I haven't exactly met the right person yet.
Well, you've met me, he says.
I sure have.
And with that, he laughs and he kind of goes. And then we're gonna cut over to real quick to Elian. I
It's so
don't know.
subtle.
I imagine that Beatrice is just like on edge now that Owen's pulled onto the dance floor at this point.
If she hears any of the last bit of flirting, she's
I don't think you would. I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this dude is like very high pride and reckless. So.
Oh yeah,
evident.
perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
Did Bowie's
That's the
type, you're
problem.
saying.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
Dylan point him out to Beatrice when he was talking about his cousin?
Yeah, he did, but I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, but
so
now
do
you
know who
recognize
this
that
is in
he's the
context.
one.
That he's
Yeah.
he's the one who's made it to Olwen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ooh, that's not great. Yeah, she'll
You
just
know he's
convince.
definitely hardcore flirting without having to hear anything.
I know what the intention is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, he fixed that problem himself. All right.
Okay. I think by now she's noticed Grifflet is not in the mood for fun.
Yeah, he looks really uncomfortable right now.
My apologies. I suppose it's you would be working now, wouldn't you?
Oh
What
yeah,
can I do for you then?
I'm just passing through, delivering messages. Yep. And I how are you? Yeah. I
Oh, Griffin.
Oh, perhaps you have news from Cambria, either from Lady Malaria, perhaps my brother. Hopefully not Natalia. I would think that'd be rather bad news.
this wine is very good. Thank you.
Honey.
She sets her own drink down and goes, "It's bad news, isn't it? It's Natalia, isn't it?"
Your brother passed. A raid. I'm sorry. Your brother's gone. The king, Nantelia, would like to speak with you as soon as you can. And he starts to drink his wine.
And I think Elian's just frozen.
Yeah.
And she feels super guilty. Because she's the one who talked him into / forced him to go back home. Which was then raided by the Irish.
Tess.
In the Irish raids.
Tess love family.
Success.
Now Tess Faye. You feel the loss hit you hard. And just as it starts to creep up, it's replaced with emptiness. A hollowness too. You recognize clearly you should be feeling more than you are.
Bless you.
Thank
Thank you, Griffiths.
Oh.
No, you're
muted
pagan,
everything.
so yeah.
Yeah, I totally wasn't saying that to Rebecca, who sneezed. I just said Gesundheit.
Yeah.
Right. Please say Gesundheit here. Thank you.
Not this way.
I got him.
She's gonna kind of look over. She's gonna quietly return to her original seat by Dogged and a Dane, and just start chugging.
Okay, drinking time. Yeah. All right.
We'll see if Dogged stops her because she hasn't heard.
I think Dogged's eyes are
because,
currently
yeah.
on a Dane, so unless he's promptly aware, I'm going to give him minus. Hold on, let's see if he has awareness on a sheet. He does, because he was one of the aware guys. He's the one. That's how he got married. He found somebody. Literally.
I want to know their love story because I kind of love them.
Oh, let's just say she's a good egg.
I'll throw you the episode. Okay. Yeah, he does look. I don't think he's gonna stop you yet. I think he's trying to figure out, like, okay, Elaine. I mean, how often do you drink, Elaine?
She probably doesn't hardcore drink a lot,
Yeah, so like seeing
but
you
she's got
chug is
pretty
weird.
high constitution. But chugging is definitely weird for her.
Yeah. He's gonna watch for now. I don't think he's gonna leap right all over it, right? He himself has had a couple, so who's he to judge? But as it starts to go sideways, I think, well, Beatrice might intervene before he does. We'll see what happens. But Beatrice's eyes.
Yeah, if it at all matters, her con is 16, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with alcohol tolerance.
You can test it. Well, actually, what you do is you test indulgent. And if you fumble or crit, that is interesting. If you succeed, you get drunk.
Yeah, temple and indulgent are the same equal to 10 and 10.
Just indulgent in this case is what you test.
Do I add geniality?
I don't think so. It's not an act. I think we're more so testing, like, I think it's a moment for Elian, though. I'd like to suggest something depending on what happens here. Okay.
I fumbled.
Okay. So normally when you're
Which
testing
makes you way
indulgent,
too happy.
that usually means you're the opposite, I think. Typically is what that does. Hold on, let me just check. I'm gonna check the Book of Feast real quick. And
Oh, it means that I'm sober.
yeah.
You have it down
We've
here
got
on
a chart right down
intoxication
here.
chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sober. No further indulgent rolls need be made for the remainder of the feast. She's just stone cold sober.
I think that's
alcohol.
almost the worst feeling, though. Could you imagine being like, okay, I'm gonna drown my sorrow, and then you're like, oh look, I feel nothing from this either. You know, like
Just increasingly depressed. She's like, this damn mortal ale has nothing in it.
yeah.
Bring me something harder.
I want you to test
Make
love.
your hastings.
I
Pardon?
want you to test love family one more time.
Success.
Okay. And
Should I be taking any of these?
well, the only reason you haven't been taking those I think your temperate goes up by 1 automatically because of that fumble and indulgent. So you go to 11 and 9. And then I need you to test Fae one more time. Anytime you make a passion test, you're testing against Fae.
So close.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to force yourself to feel it, and you just can't. I would like to suggest that Elian's on like the verge of madness here, even though you haven't failed anything.
She's certainly on the edge of severe depression, melancholy.
Yeah, melancholy. We'll go with like the traits of melancholy without the penalty of it, right? Just like you can role play it. Okay, so Olwen, you're dancing. Is there anything you want to do in this time, as Arthur here continues to attempt to entertain you?
I mean, she'll let herself be entertained, but perhaps like is also looking for the exit once it's become clear that he's like, oh, I'm very interested, and not just like, hey, we're fun flirting, but he's like, hi, suitor? Like, is this one of those switching dances?
Yep. Okay, I gotta test something for him real quick. Doesn't pick it up. He's like certain. His intrigue is apparently 1.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Like
when it comes to that.
That is somehow so fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when you walk away, he's like really like I think he like steps away real quick to go get you a glass of wine, and then he comes back and you're gone, and he's just like, "What did I do?" Like, he doesn't. He thought it was going swimming.
He walks away and he's like, nailed it.
It's like she's not like unkind about it, but yeah,
No.
she definitely is like, okay, good, I'm free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Beatrice, is there anything you want to do in this moment?
I've told all of our knights.
Yep.
I see Olwen extricating herself from whatever that was. And she's going to kind of try and get Olwen's attention in an okay way. If she can grab her coming off the dance floor, awesome.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Olwen sees you, she beelines it for you, like, hi.
Hi. Something's fishy, and I don't like it. Cadwigan spotted it too, I think. So just be aware. We're very wary of the lady and her knight friend. He knows something, I don't know what. But he keeps looking at her. She's nervous, and it feels a little not right.
It's possible that this night might be a test for her. She seems quite overwhelmed from what I've seen. Perhaps it's a lot of pressure. And
I don't know, but it seems like, to quote Cadwigan, an ulterior motive.
They want her to fail so that they can take over, perhaps?
No. Pretty sure the knight is worried about her, or is nervous about her. She's nervous in general, and it all feels very shaky.
Well, then, we shall have to keep our eyes out.
Please do.
Which means,
You hear
I am honor bound to not dance anymore.
Well, huh?
You hear someone clear their throat. It's a girl. Specifically, it's Mercedes. Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Lady Olwen?
Mercedes?
Lady Rian would like to meet with you and your knights. Or at least you and your company, whatever that might be, in the courtyard, whenever you are ready.
Is there anything specific going on?
I'm not certain.
Are you sure there's nothing you can tell me?
I don't know.
Intrigued at least.
Yeah.
I would like to second that.
Okay.
Let's go. It's all
Fucking
fishy.
fumble.
Owen knows nothing. Owen thinks this is going great.
And because I wouldn't have added my genealogy to that.
No, it's the only one I failed. Intrigue. Why? Intrigue is a fickle master.
Sure. There's something fishy about her response, but it's hard to say what it is. And I think it.
Yeah.
Owen.
Dogged interrupts at that point, and Mercedes kind of backs out. Dogged says, is everything all right with Alien?
What?
What's happening with Alien?
Motions to her. Alien's like, who's here chugging a glass of ale.
Why? Okay.
And then she stares at the glass angrily, like it is somehow responsible for something.
Oh dear. Shall
Going
we go?
so well.
Ah.
I'll get her. And Beatrice will walk across and be like, we're all going to the courtyard. I suggest she stop drinking.
That's fine. It's not doing anything anyways.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
Is everything all right?
Damn the Irish.
I mean, yeah, but
Yes.
She says angrily and just slams the tankard and gets out.
all right. I'm gonna get
You probably
Gabby
haven't
and
seen
Adane.
her very animated. You've probably never seen her like really showing anger.
Yeah.
So this is
It's like, wow, emotion. Yeah, then
Okay.
gather our party and venture forth.
Yep.
Is there
I gather
anything
everybody
you
else.
wanted to talk about like before you make your way to the courtyard?
Wave at Grifflet.
Oh, Grifflet waves back.
probably looking very uncomfortable and guilty.
Yep. I think also a little
And
bit
nothing happened
relieved.
here, folks.
You know what I mean? Like there's that relief of like he had to
He
do
finally
this, so
did
he
it.
got it out of the way.
Mhm.
You know,
He
as
ripped the
hard as it
bandage
is,
off,
it's like,
but-
ooh, yeah,
He ripped
Yeah.
that band-aid off hard.
yeah.
Yeah, he was hesitating at it. It's like,
Yeah, so gather all the people.
I don't think there's really
your direction.
What if something goes wrong out here? Do we have a plan?
Fight.
Oh, good.
I'm in great shape for
Speaking of
that,
which,
but I could also go
did-
for a fight.
Did anything happen from that first aid roll earlier? I don't think we resolved it.
Yes, you got 3 health back.
3 health back. Wonderful.
All right. You make your way out to the courtyard. You see 2 figures present as you go, and no one else. Just a lady.
What do these?
And service.
I hate it.
Oh, when we leave the feast, we take it we retrieve our weapons.
Yeah, you could for this. Yep.
I think Ellie just does that. I have it. Also, she's kind of hoping for a fight.
Goodness.
H was like, what about weapons? Everybody, let's hold all of our stuff.
Does anyone look like they're like ready to throw down?
I mean Beatrice, but Beatrice always looks kind of like she's gonna throw down, so I'm not sure.
No,
What
I-
about the knights?
Ellie and
Elliot probably does. Like
Ellen, yes.
Cadogan doesn't, but that's because he's got a dagger up his sleeve, like
Good
literally.
liar, yeah.
And
Owen
Doggett
just looks.
Dog is just being protective with his arms folded over. And I think he did not bring a Dane. I think he probably sent a Dane with Grifflet.
Grifflet? Yeah. Yeah. Owen just looks, happy to be here.
Owen's having a great time.
Well, she's not as suspicious as you guys. Whether that's smart or not. Look, don't look like that, Emily. I know she's a dum-dum.
Sir Rislin kind of looks at Beatrice again for a moment. Like a recognition look. Seems to be looking directly at Beatrice's eyes, specifically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I need to I want to do something so bad, but I have to roll to figure out if it's something that she'd necessarily do.
Let's see what you get.
I don't know if it would be prudent versus reckless or valorous versus cowardly. Like to outright ask him something in front of a lady. I don't know if that would be considered prudent versus reckless or valorous versus cowardly.
Might be a courtesy roll.
Ooh. Well, good luck, everyone.
So it might be.
Yep, I'm just saying it. Let's go.
Oh, bro.
Let's go.
On track.
She's going to look him dead in the eye. What do you know?
He looks at you and he says, like, what a funny thing to say. What do you mean by that?
You keep looking at me like you recognize me or like you know something about me, but as far as I can recall, we haven't met.
It's fair.
You're looking dead at my eyes and you see something, but you're not saying what it is.
Owen like does that nervous chuckle and like looks right to Rianne and be like, see what I mean about in common with Mercedes.
I'm sizing him up just for fun.
Yeah.
I'm asked.
Right. I think Lady Rain's like, we don't need to. I sense some turmoil here. We don't. It doesn't need to be so tense.
She'll size up Rian too.
Yeah. She sort of steps back a little bit.
With
and then,
the fumble.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing with the fumble?
Oh yeah, you probably should say something.
Oh yeah.
Discourteous. Yeah.
So yeah, when she says that, the only change that happens is Beatrice says, "Would you please tell me why you keep looking at me like you know something about me or you recognize me?"
I can't say I recognize you, but your eyes are familiar.
From who, if I might be so bold?
Sir Aaron. What is Beatrice doing?
I don't know who Sir Aaron is.
No.
Who is that?
I thought perhaps your father, but maybe I'm wrong.
I never knew my father, and frankly, I've been hearing a lot about him as of late.
Can't say I knew him well, but I met him twice. Once when he was younger, and once after he had fallen from his grace.
Fallen from his grace.
He came this island in escort of Lady Igraine. But something happened with the Duke and him.
Duke.
Hello?
Gorlo.
You sense that there's something else. Like he's not sharing something here.
I absolutely love bumbling on courtesy. This was great.
Yeah.
What aren't you telling me?
Well, perhaps it's for another day.
You're on mute.
You
Oh,
should
never
not.
mind. Just
Say
a
it.
delay.
No,
It
you're
was just a
fine,
delay
Bob.
on my end.
Okay.
I get that answer a lot.
It's just
And the-
that I don't want to. Lady Rian has been working hard to prepare this, and
Yeah,
you
what?
don't know of your father. What?
No.
Did your mother never share it?
My mother never had the time for me.
I see.
She's been up to her usual antics. If you're acquainted with her.
I'm not really. I heard more of their story than saw it. Though I did meet him. He came back to Summerland after the curse had got him.
I heard there was a curse.
They speak of your mother's love to him. She truly did wish to help him. I'm guessing it didn't succeed.
The curse is my mother's love to him.
No. It was his sword.
And she did it.
She tried to save him, if the story is correct. In the process, she fell for him.
If your lady wants to say something, she can, but I suggest you and I have a conversation after this.
Very well. I'll share what I can.
She's just gonna turn and go, Owen? And just
And you,
because
Owen's
we are all the way
like
out of
looking-
courtesy.
Owen is looking at the two of them just like,
Yeah.
oh, a true love story. Huh?
Out of character, I'm like the drama, and then in character, Elliot is just like, so we're not gonna fight.
Right? And I think like Lady Rian's like 4'10", 4'11". She's dainty. Yeah.
She baby.
Yeah. She steps forward. Lady Olwyn.
Yes.
We share some commonalities, not just our proximity to to each other's lands, but we both come from a lineage of the other side.
Yeah. I think Owen's kind of making like these little fairy wings before she gets to it.
She nods. You might have noticed Teuton is well looked after.
I did. Didn't expect to find a kindred spirit here.
The stories say that my grandfather was a brownie. Are you familiar with brownies?
I am a little bit. I imagine Olin would be. Let me test.
I think you know this. 'Cause
We fought with
you
one.
fought an
Oh
X
yeah, we
one.
did.
We sure
Yeah.
know what brownies
You
are.
didn't fight a brownie.
Yeah.
You fought a.
We fought a boggart. Yeah.
Boggart.
Which is what happens when they're slighted.
Yeah. Oh, good. um, Owen will think back to her doing things throughout the feast and be like, "Oh dear. I hope I didn't offend you."
Oh, I'm not. The blood and its influence thins through the generations. I'm afraid that, save for a few mannerisms of my grandfather and, well, unfortunately his height, there's very little of it that affects me.
Ah, well, that is good, I suppose.
He was a good man. He looked after this land as his very own, gifted it by Cadwy at the time.
Mm.
Um,
Oh. I think most brownies, by their very nature, are kind and generous and giving.
as that kind of conversation goes on, it's going well. Sir Rislin kind of clears his throat, and it sort of Lady Rian's like, "Oh right, I'm sorry. Thank you, Uncle. I sometimes get distracted and when I'm talking.
Me too.
I wanted to talk to you about the recent changes in Summerland, in your lands, and, well, your recognition by your mother.
I think like immediately just withdraws into herself and like, yeah.
Is she as awful as stories say?
From everything I've seen, yes. I'm pretty sure that she's the one that sent the lion after me. Got no proof, but it was certainly a fey creature, and it was very pointed and targeted. I think she's trying to send a message. But I know what she's capable of. And I've seen her handiwork first.
I think it's good that she's recognized you. It means that you aren't at risk of her wrath.
I think she wants to corrupt me. Make it just like her.
I would think that difficult, Lady Olwen.
I hope so.
You might have noticed that there were very few knights present. Many talk about the death of their knights in the Battle of Summerland or Uther's invasion, even. But it's only in whispers that you'll hear of the so many have died from the hands of the Goblin Knight at Samhain.
Well, I know exactly who's to blame for that.
Things are changing here in Summerland. And I love Cadwy as a king, but I think he's a bit over his head. My uncle here, he has his own manor to tend to, and no living kin to look after it. And I am the only one of my direct line as well.
Have you thought about adopting a ward?
What little good that would do with the threats all around us. The forests are crawling with Faerie, Seelie, mostly unseelie, and well, those that claim no loyalty to either. You've gained recognition for your being publicly recognized by your mother. Perhaps you've gained some enemies as well.
Or is it truly that well known amongst purely humankin?
Well, there's no greater news that spread through Summerland than your mother's visit. I don't come to you from a point of suggesting that you are weak, Olwen. I see it very differently. I think you are strong. You hold a strong house. You have many knights, more knights than most of your size. I propose an alliance, one that would see you as our Vavasour.
A Bulbasaur?
Did you just say Bulbasaur? Vavasour. Yeah.
Ah,
It's a vassal who holds other vassals, right?
right.
Typically a spot owed to a knight, but it could technically be held by a lady as well.
Well, that sounds very good. It is quite the decision to make. And allies are always good to have and hard to come by.
We would need to petition Cadwy once the decision's made. I won't try to pressure you. It's just we have no real means of defending ourselves here. And I would hate to see my grandfather's lands burn the way many others have.
It is quite a nice estate. It should be a shame if all of the hard work that went into maintaining it was for naught. My instinct is to say yes. But my instincts have also gotten me in trouble. So
You don't owe me anything here, Owen. You can discuss with whomever you seek advisement from. We can wait.
Of course. I'll get the answer to you sooner rather than later. I have a lovely messenger at my disposal.
Your mother may
be
cruel, but in these times, there are worse things.
There's nothing worse than being cruel. She's the cruelest I've ever met.
Maybe you're right. But even so, better to keep your enemies closer.
The unseelie that you know.
Tell Emily's upset about it.
I think I put puzzle pieces together. Can I roll something to find out if those are right? If Beatrice thinks of them, or
yeah. What are
So the puzzle pieces that are currently being put together in my brain and freaking me out are that their lands are very immaculate and doing very, very well despite being unprotected, which is coincidentally what Owen's mother offered us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm suspicious that there was a deal made.
I think you just roll suspicion. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little because the grounds are immaculate. There's no one protecting this. They have like no knights whatsoever. Do I get a bonus to this or is it just straight?
I think don't you have a high suspicion anyways?
I have a 10. I am even on suspicion and
What? How is that even possible?
trusting. I don't know.
Roll a d4.
A D4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels silly, right?
Yeah, you got 14 suspicion, 6 trusting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's a lot more accurate to the way it's been come out through representation of the dice. Something you can do in Pendragon is just have big shifts like that in the usually it's just traits and passions that happens in, but yeah.
I think I started with trusting very high when we started, and I think I've just been slowly
okay, that makes sense.
Chipping away.
But even so, I think
success.
Yeah. I think it's fair to take that angle. I think Beatrice puts those dots together, whether they're true or not.
Elian just assumes it's because brownies.
Yeah, that was my thought.
It's brownies. Listen, Beatrice doesn't trust anything.
That's why we gave her a 14.
That's not to say that it's totally in character.
So Beatrice, I think in this moment, because there's not a decision being made, doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
She'll bring it up later, but I connected those dots because I myself am also suspicious.
Valid.
But I wanted to see if she did. So cool.
Yeah, it's true. It's possible for you to learn Vine Whip. You accept this.
She does that if she can evolve like with one of two stones. It's the Seelie stone or the Unseelie stone. And if she evolves using the Unseelie stone, then she learns Vine Whip.
Yeah. Okay, so anything you guys want to add to this bit here? If not, I'll have her kind of close.
She'll just say like, "Thank you for the invite. It was a lovely feast, and you did very well, all things considered. Now that I see the whole picture, I can fully appreciate the pressure that was looming over you. I had people tell me that I'd do great and that I needed to just believe in myself and be the lady I was meant to be. So I feel the same for you. You're meant for this.
It can be very lonely being half of this world and half of another. I think she's just part of this world and part of another. I want to test something in Elian at that.
I think Olin will kind of grab her, arm.
That's reckless
go ahead.
for me. Yeah.
Olin will grab her,
Yeah.
her own arm and say, I agree completely.
I succeeded. Really high.
I think for Elian, that's too much. That comment is just too much with everything you're going through right now. To be half in one world and half the other. It's like this has been your curse since you've gotten back, right?
It always does a kiss.
What do you need to do what does reckless look like given that emotion at its heightened level? I'm not gonna force you into like badness or melancholy, but like I think you need to act out. Like, think it's like a, was it bestial failure? You got some kind of action you got going on here.
Yeah, I think that's essentially how she responds, which is just she wants to fight something.
Okay.
She wants to, and if she can't find anything here, she wants to run off and find a fight.
Okay.
Make me feel something. She just yells out a bunch of curse words.
You got an
like medieval
older knight.
cursing.
You got an older knight. You got Dogged. You got Cadrigan. Or you can go back into that beast and find somebody.
Yeah, she just want to find her own knights, because what if they get hurt? We got to get back.
She could
to
find the
places,
person who's
so-
talking about weapons with her.
Yeah, that's what she was thinking. She's going to go find one of those guys and be like, hey, let's go spar now. And they're going to be like, what? And she's like, now.
Yeah. It's like,
You
oh,
said you knew how to use a sword. Fucking prove it.
okay. Well, Sir Kevin. That's awesome. And just and cowardly, but honor 20. So that makes
Ooh,
sense.
and composed too.
So that's why you could talk a big game. Note that sword's not 20.
Yeah.
And that was current setting. Okay, so of Summerland. Probably, well, it can't be of Teuton, but somewhere nearby.
Yeah, so she just starts cussing and then storms off. Is for what you guys see.
Yeah.
And she's on a different screen going, Kevin, fight me.
All right.
Might be IRL.
Kevin might not know she's a woman.
Yeah, I think we've been playing it off like they typically don't, right? Like, unless they're like,
Yeah, they
super
probably
tricky.
assume that she's a he and she just doesn't bother correcting them.
Not only from, I think, because dames are so rare, then you don't go as a dame, you go as sir. So I think any, you know, they don't have that clarity. So, all right.
She's kind of androgynous appearance.
Exactly. Give me spear and a sword, or a sword test. Actually, this would be their first blood, realistically.
Can I impassion?
You can certainly try.
Oh
Would it be
boy.
Fae?
I don't know if you would impassion your fae in this moment. I think you'd want to impassion something else.
Let's do family then.
Yeah. Normally,
That
I
tracks.
wouldn't like force that, but you're literally trying to feel something here. And hey, look
Success.
at that. Now you got to test fae.
Yeah.
So what do I add? It's a 4 threshold, 14 threshold. What do I add?
Oh no,
Sorry.
no addition. You just gotta beat. You gotta roll under a 12 with your Fey passion, and that means your love family will beat your Fey passion.
Okay, so when I do, okay.
So when you roll your Fey passion, you want to get 11 or under. Hey, look at that.
Hey.
All right. Finally. I don't think you care that whether you win or lose in this fight anymore. You're just like,
No,
yeah,
no, she's just like, make me feel something. Pain is a thing.
yeah. We're just about ready to wrap up. I know it's late.
About.
So in impassioned, what do I
+5
add?
for
+5,
14.
okay. I'm like,
And
I
I'll
can't remember.
give you a tick on love family. All right. I'll do you one
Moderate
better. You can keep that tick on love family. Your love family is going to go up to 15. Your Fae is going to drop to 19.
Hey.
All right, sword. We'll see what Kevin's rocking here for the sword. He at least could talk about it. So we got 10 plus 1d2, 1d4 exploded. Oh wow! It's apparently good. Not quite as good as you, but he managed to get an upper hand. I think, do you
Goodness.
even care that he first bloods you? Like, do you even care?
No.
Do you feel the pain for the first time in a while? You feel a little drunk? And, like, I could see, I don't want to role play your character, but are tears coming? Like, is this an emotional thing?
Uh, she might be getting a little glassy-eyed. She's not.
Too proud to kind of, like,
Like,
show it in front of people, though? Like, is that the idea? Like, she wants to keep her
I
composure?
don't. I don't think it's even that. She's just not a person who cries a lot.
Okay, gotcha. Understood.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, she's like, I don't think I've sobbed since I was a child. Like, I was a baby.
So it's like that cool one tear just drooling down the side of the face. All right.
A few more than that.
Johnny
But just
said
not
cry
like
baby.
full on crying.
Yeah,
Sobbing.
understood.
Might be blending in with the sweat.
Okay. I'd like to close with one last scene if the three of you want to talk. Well, plus the NPCs if you need them, right? But if you three of you want to talk here, I'm thinking that the next episode is going to be like vignettes, is my thought, as we kind of move into the next year. So it'll be like some in-betweeny kind of vignettes. So Alien going back to Nanteliad will be one of the vignettes. Does that sound good to you, folks?
Yeah.
Would I be right in assuming that interrogating this poor old knight that just happened to know things about my family would be a vignette for a later time?
I think you could absolutely do that. Absolutely do that.
Yeah. I know
I
we're
think
trying to
the
wrap up,
valet.
but I feel like that's not going to be quick.
Yeah, I think the valet we could do fast though. If we want to do it at all, or just be like, yeah, I introduce you to the valet.
Oh yeah. The valet. Yeah, we can do that like as a real quick thing too.
Yeah.
Sort of be like an in between.
She'll introduce. She'll bring that up after she cools off a bit.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, sorry.
I just
Yeah, do
thought
that
like
one
if
first,
you
you
guys,
can.
if you want to talk at all as a trio about what
I
was
do.
just proposed, that might be yeah.
Yeah.
I do. So Beatrice, once they're alone in a room, is going to kind of just shut the door behind them. Whether or not the knights are in there or not, I don't think she particularly cares. So, Olwen,
Beatrice.
remember that deal that your mother offered us for, killing my new apprentice?
I'm not gonna take it.
Do you remember what that deal was?
Yes. It was power beyond my comprehension and never having to worry about the
It was that
well-being of
Barrowcrest
my
would
manor. Thrive.
This place has almost no knights. Yet,
Any longer.
it is very in the middle of absolute chaos, where most people are getting into fights at this point. They are doing great.
Or they busted their asses before a massive feast.
But how have they survived unprotected this long?
We probably are semi-protected. I mean, Brownie lived here for years.
I'm just saying that it might be slightly suspicious that she's making comments like, hold your enemy closer, when her land is thriving in the middle of chaos, which sounds very similar to a deal we were offered.
Well, if she was offered that deal, and
Took it.
why would she need me?
You're the queen's daughter. friend or foe to the Unseelie Queen, you're a good bargaining chip. You're a good relationship to have.
No, she wouldn't need me unless she wanted to keep an enemy closer.
Exactly.
I'm
I'm
just in the corner addressing her new wound and occasionally like poking at it in a way that you think she shouldn't be.
I think Olin just kind of like looks and cocks an eyebrow, but otherwise doesn't acknowledge it because Ellie is just kind of weird.
Especially right now.
It's just kind of weird.
She's in like full form.
I'm just saying it might be right to be cautious about who you agree to alliances with.
Yeah, that's partially why I decided to speak it over with my advisory council, as it were.
Yep.
And I didn't agree to it out of hat.
Yeah, I just thought we might want to think about that. Because they were very nervous the entire time. And it was making me nervous. And Cadwigan, I'll point at Cadwigan because we're just pulling everybody down with me.
It is possible that they were nervous due to my heritage. They didn't know what to make of me necessarily. Am I just like my mother? Am I going to cause a problem? Am I going to hurt someone?
I'm just saying I don't trust them.
And if they knew your father and mother, or at least knew of them,
that makes them more suspicious.
Possibly, yes. But they were potentially suspicious of you for that same reason. Do you have the curse? Were you going to be as unpredictable? They might know of what you are.
My guess is they do.
I'm not saying you're wrong to be suspicious, but that you might not be the only one who is. That we're not exactly the most normal of a group. Got a knight that was stuck in Faerie for goodness knows how long. Me, who's the
5 years or
offspring of
15, depends how you count
it. The offspring of the Queen of the Unseelie, one of the most cruel people known. And someone born of magic.
Side note, Bob, how much does Ellie know about brownies?
You can fairy test, fairy lore. Okay.
That's a success.
Is there anything in particular that Nicole knows that you want Elian to know? Or is this more you inquiring?
This is more, would they, in this world, would they be considered among the Unseelie or Seelie, or are they just don't belong to a court?
Fair enough. Okay, so brownie typically are considered either Seelie or not related to the courts. But if
That's kind of what I thought.
If
but
slighted,
if it's turned into a bugger,
Unseelie, typically. They also can be kind of like, I don't think everything, well, I think Seelie is a more formal activity. Joining the Seelie is like pomp and, and Unseelie is like, they can just consider you Unseelie if you're chaotic and evil. You know what I mean? If you're running around doing terrible things, they can be like, we You got an honorary degree
Religious
over there.
value.
Yeah. We're just adding you to the
Camarilla
list.
versus the Sabat.
So, yeah, she's gonna speak up. And Nicole knows that brownies will often, they're industrious and they like to take care of things and they sometimes bless an area, essentially. So, yeah, she's gonna be like, typically brownies don't have much to do with the unsealing.
Correct.
Yeah, she's going to tell them all this. She's going to. Typically, brownies are not related to the unsealing. In fact, it's very rare. It's usually only when they've been slighted, and that's not necessarily a permanent state. But it's very possible that the reason this place is in such good condition is because it's been blessed by brownies. They don't necessarily have to be here to make everything perfect.
Well, if it gets threatened, there's only so much that a blessing can do.
Precisely. It can do a little to assist, but not when there's an army coming.
And if our darling Goblin Knight was defeated in such, glorious combat last Samhain and went to terrorize other towns as a boon to his opponent. Well, it's perfectly normal that people might not understand why exactly that happened. It might
This is
be
rather
seen as a
close.
random unseelie attack.
They are rather close to Barracrest. It wouldn't be odd for them to have only come so far over. And brownies, their magic won't. The Goblin Knight is certainly stronger than even their magic and blessings. Although it would help with the cleanup. So they very well could have been raided and injured, but would very quickly be put back to pristine condition.
Saying that I
Your insight is valuable, and it's not being dismissed.
Either way, I have little opinion on what you decide to do. Just thought I would add that information. I might not even be here. I have to go see Nanteliad because the Irish shall die.
Yes, you mentioned that. They're not. It's their reason. Something spur on this.
My brother is dead.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
So someone must see to the territory. Must be when Nanteliad is looking at.
I expect you'll have to see to that. I doubt you would need permission, but you're free to go and do whatever you need to.
I am little equipped to run any territory. As a second born, it was hardly what was intended for me.
Well, I assume that there might be some affairs to be put in order.
You don't have any other family. He was my one remaining family. So it should be complicated, unfortunately. I hope to return to Barracrest, but I cannot make any promises.
It's understandable. You always have a place with us if you're able to return. Well, I understand if you have to stay.
I think with that, I think we're at a good
Yeah.
point to stop, folks. Why don't we call it there? Let's do some quick outros. Start with Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I played Owen. Yeah, had a good time today, better than expected, and suitors. Join our Discord. We have a Discord. It's very fun. We post memes and fun things, and we post when we're going live with our Tuesday show, this one, or our Sunday or Friday shows. And I'm sure Bob will talk more about those.
This is the first time in a long time we've done any suitor stuff with Olwen. It's been terrorizing Beatrice.
It's been a while.
Well, it's been terrorizing Beatrice. Is the description.
Beatrice. That being said, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I was playing Beatrice. Still finding out stuff about my dad. All of it's kind of alarming. But yeah, I don't really have anything to plug, so
All good.
Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I've been playing Sir Elian, the Fae Knight, who finally managed to get some of their Fae passion down. So I would consider that a success, despite the fact that she's really not in a good headspace right now. Plugs. I don't have any currently, but I do have a friend who's starting to make some D&D like stuff for maps and terrains. So I'll let you know when he gets that going to actually be bought.
Awesome. All right, and I just want to add the disclaimer that sometimes I do terrible things to these player characters. Other times, they roll on the winter outcome table and find out that their only living sibling died. So that was what we were addressing with Ellie in there.
Gotta love rolling on the table.
Yeah, and yeah. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen this stuff before, we run Salisbury, which is a neighboring county, and their perspective of anarchy, with a focus on King Arthur and Merlin and the Sword and Stone, or at least that's where it will go. We run that on Sunday nights. Tuesday nights, we're here in Summerland, the magical and mystical county, focusing on pagan magic and fairies and I'd say some counter norms to this to the other settings. And then Fridays we have a third game in the mix, and that's the Rise of Ninteliad, which takes place in Avalon and follows a number of household knights involved in Ninteliad and the things that will come in Anarchy related to his name. If you liked this, please chime into any of them. We'd love to see you. We have some more guests coming along, but I won't announce any until we actually secure them. Thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.
Bye.
The year of our Lord, a mournful chill hath settled upon the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The Supreme Collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, have failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the Collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, Tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, hath been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanton, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the Three Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Avalon and Camelot convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Ninteliad. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the castellan of Castle Dimmock in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fey-folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerland.